from the BBC World Service.
You're listening to the BBC World Service, and here's what's happening in the studio this week.
Colm Tóibín is one of the world's most celebrated contemporary authors. Follow him through his writing process, including learning how he finds inspiration as he walks down the street and the way he gets inside the mind of great writers such as Henry James and Thomas Mann.
In the studio, today at 11:30 and 23:30 GMT. At bbcworldservice.com, the documentary.
A story that will surprise you about a material we all take for granted. We use 50 billion tonnes of it every year, and it's in everything from smartphones to skyscrapers. I'm Robin Markwell, and I'm going to be taking a very close look at sand.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up on the Arts Hour with me, Nikki Beattie, filmmaker Ethan Cohen and his wife Trisha Cook talk about setting their road movie Drive Away Dolls in the 1990s. The German director Wim Wenders tells us what inspired him to make a film about the everyday routine of a Japanese toilet cleaner.
I was initially asked to come to Tokyo and see if I would be inspired to do a series of films on the individual architects and their creations. And these are probably the most beautiful toilets in the world.
And the American author Kylie Reid on why her latest novel focuses on money. Also on the show, actor Peter Sarsgaard on why he thinks artificial intelligence will never match human performances. And the Romanian director Radu Jude talks to me about his latest film, Do Not Expect Too Much from the End of the World. All that and more coming up on the Arts Hour.
Hello, I'm Emily Thomas with the BBC News. The US Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, has said the entire population of Gaza is suffering severe levels of acute food insecurity. They're some of his strongest comments so far on the scale of the humanitarian crisis in the Palestinian territory. Tom Bateman is travelling with Mr. Blinken and sent this report.
He once again called on Hamas to lay down arms, but said it was incumbent on Israel to make it a priority to provide for those who desperately needed humanitarian assistance. It came after officials announced that Mr. Blinken will make his 6th trip to the region since October, while there is still no breakthrough on a ceasefire for hostage release deal between Israel and Hamas. Mr. Blinken will speak with Saudi leaders in Jeddah and then continue on to Cairo to meet the Egyptian leadership, trying to secure Arab backing for a post-war plan, but with few guarantees it would be accepted by Israel.
Israeli negotiators are due to resume talks today in Qatar with Qatari and Egyptian mediators to discuss the latest proposals for a truce. The head of the European Council, Charles Michel, has called on EU countries to shift their economies to a war footing. In an opinion piece carried by a number of European publications, Mr. Michel again said Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine posed the greatest security challenge since the Second World War. Here's Danny Eberhard.
Charles Michel's warning is stark. If Europe does not give Ukraine enough support to stop Russia, he argues, the EU will be its next target. Moscow, he said, was continuing to try to destabilise Moldova, the Western Balkans, the South Caucasus and parts of Africa. Mr. Michel accused the Kremlin of spreading blatant lies to try to convince Europeans that the war in Ukraine didn't concern them. The EU, he stressed, had to take responsibility for its own security and not remain at the mercy of election cycles in the US, a reference to doubts in Europe over Donald Trump. Ahead of a European leaders summit later this week, he's called for a radical and irreversible shift in thinking. The EU, he said, must speak not only the language of diplomacy, but of power too.
Japan's central bank has ended its policy of negative interest rates and raised the cost of borrowing for the first time in 17 years. The bank's governor said Japan had reverted to a normal monetary policy targeting short-term interest rates like other central banks. Shana Khalil reports.
Japan has finally ended its negative interest policy and raised borrowing rates to 0.1%. The decision comes as salaries have finally started to increase after decades of stagnation. Last week, Japan's biggest companies agreed to raise wages by slightly over 5%. the biggest hike in more than 3 decades. For the last few years, households in Japan have been struggling with the rising cost of living and stagnant wages.
BBC News. The US State Department says it's hopeful that a transitional council will soon be confirmed in Haiti. It's intended to fill the power vacuum left by the resignation last week of Prime Minister Ariel Henry, but it's opposed by the gangs which control large parts of the country. The Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado has told the BBC that Latin America should prepare for a huge wave of mass migration if President Nicolas Maduro is re-elected later this year. A fifth of the population, around 7 million people, are believed to have already left Venezuela for economic reasons. Ms Machado, who's been disqualified from running in July's presidential election following financial misconduct allegations, which she denies, said these were delicate times.
I have to insist in how the very dangerous liaisons Maduro has with Russia and Iran are being intensifying, and that what would that mean for the Western democracies if Maduro stays by force. So this is a critical moment, and what we do, both Venezuelans and the international democratic community in the hours to come, I believe will be critical for decades.
India has dismissed fresh comments by China restating its claim to the northeast Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh. Last week, Beijing reiterated its long-running insistence that the state is in fact part of what it calls South Tibet. They objected to a recent visit there by India's Prime Minister. A property tycoon in Vietnam has gone on trial accused of illegally acquiring $355 million by selling fake bonds. Prosecutors say that Do Ein Sung, his son, and 13 others misused the money from more than 6,000 investors to pay off millions in company debt. The case is part of an ongoing crackdown on corruption in Vietnam. World News from the BBC.
Hello and welcome to the Arts Hour on the BBC World Service. I'm Nikki Beattie, bringing you a glittering array of cultural creatives for the next 60 minutes and the best global arts and culture conversation from across the BBC and beyond. Coming up on today's show, filmmaker Ethan Coen, minus brother Joel, and his wife Trisha Cook talk about setting their road movie Drive Away Dolls in the 1990s. And American author Kylie Reid on why her latest novel focuses on money or the lack of it. Also on the show, actor Peter Sarsgaard on why he thinks AI will never match human performances. That's not all though. My guests on today's Arts Hour are the Romanian director Radu Jude. We'll be talking about his latest film Do Not Expect Too Much from the End of the World later in the show. I was absolutely thrilled by this film. And we welcome back the writer and broadcaster Anna Bogutskaya as our cultural critic this week. The Oscar-winning director Ethan Coen, whose movie making is mostly associated with his brother Joel, has teamed up with his editor and screenwriter wife Trisha Cook to make Drive Away Dolls, an erotic comedy thriller about a pair of young lesbians on a road trip. The film leads are the Australian actor Geraldine Viswanathan and the American star Margaret Qualley. They take the wrong hire car with a mysterious suitcase in it, the contents of which belong to some very powerful people who'll do anything to get it back. On ABC Radio National's Screen Show, Jason DeRosso asked Ethan Coen and Trisha Cook why they chose to set the film in the 1990s.
Kind of like cell phones, smartphones, the internet. That was one reason we made it a period piece, because to make it a contemporary piece, it just wouldn't work in the same way. Another reason was just because that was the world of lesbian bars that I knew, was the late 90s, that era. And, the queer world has changed significantly too. And I didn't feel comfortable kind of telling a more contemporary story about two younger women going to queer bars. And, things like, what's in the briefcase, it's just like all of that seemed a little more titillating and like set in 1999 than it would be set in 2023 or 2022.
Yeah, I think because somehow it's like It just seems putting it in making it a period thing makes it a little more innocent. It is a kind of an exploitation movie or a naughty movie. But, you know, the other side of naughtiness is innocence, and the kind of contemporary movie where everyone knows everything and, you know, everyone's familiar with everything and seeing everything on the internet. Yeah, naughtiness doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like just in terms of their character, like Jamie and Marion and how they relate to each other, like there's maybe a little more cynicism now, or because information is, you can get it so quickly now. Like, you know, it's fun to watch them not know what's going on, or, you know, just be a little more naive, and that wouldn't have been the case.
Tricia, this is also a very personal project for you, I imagine, especially the element of Geraldine's character's backstory, which involves her awakening about her sexual orientation. Was working on this film together, you know, as a married couple, something that inspired further conversations about your non-traditional marriage and about, I suppose, your sexuality, Tricia?
I mean, I don't know if we certainly, you know, we've exhausted the talking points around our personal relationship over the past 35 years.
Right. Well, I imagine you have. Yes, true.
But yeah, I mean, I think that in a way, kind of like those, like the tender moments of like, okay, this is what I remember when I was young, and, you know, kind of like understanding my sexuality. I don't know if I ever thought that, you know, those would become public. It's just part of my life.
Filmmakers Ethan Coen and Trisha Cook on their movie Drive Away Dolls. We have laughter in the studio today. My guests are the filmmaker Radu Jude and writer and cultural critic Anna Bogatskaya. Anna, this is a lesbian road movie made by Hollywood heavyweights. Do you think, queer love stories reaching a point that makes them unremarkable in the mainstream?
I think it would be really naive to say yes to that, because it's unremarkable to me, because I live in that world. I seek out those kinds of stories. I've always been concerned and interested in queer love stories and queer filmmaking in its many different shapes, be that comedies, romances, dramas, what have you. Queer horror is a whole other genre. But that doesn't mean that because I get a lot of that type of storytelling, it means that it's unnecessary or unremarkable anymore, because we can never really predict, as much as we try, who is going to encounter our films and on what terms. So the more options they are and the more offerings they are, and they can be bad, they can be great, they can be trashy or art house, they can be mainstream, meant for kids, teenagers, adults, senior citizens, whatever you might want. We have to allow them to exist, and the more they are, the more possibilities there are that other kinds of people can encounter them, perhaps who have not been exposed to as much queer content as, you know, someone like me has.
Radu, is there a past era that you would love to set a film in terms of being able to have a different soundtrack, a different palette? I know that in, you know, Do Not Expect Too Much from the End of the World, you actually use a 1981 Romanian film, Angela Moves On, but any particular era you would like to set a film and story in?
Actually, I have made films which could be considered period pieces, or I don't know, historical films, and in all of them I think I encountered this big problem that it's impossible to really represent an era which is gone. So I would say that from this point of view I wouldn't do any more films in this perspective, but I think what I try to see also, it's also a question in the films that I try to do, but also in life in a way, is to try to see the nowadays world as a kind of already historical in a way. So from this point of view, also everything becomes interesting. I mean, look at the people when they go in holiday in Pompeii, and they look at every stone and every remains of a painting, like, oh, and they are so entranced. But they wouldn't look at their subway station like a Pompeii relic.
Point. Yeah, good
so
point.
I try to see our world as historical already.
Thank you both so much. You're listening to The Arts Hour on the BBC World Service. I'm Nikki Beattie. The German director Wim Wenders is famous for his movies Paris, Texas.
Hi guys, this is your friend Aruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and intact? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination intact. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 002 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
At 12 GMT.
Still to come on the Arts Hour with me, Nikki Beatty, American actor Peter Sarsgaard.
Keep acting sacred. And if we do that, there's no AI that will be able to do it.
And I talked to the Romanian director Radu Jude about his brilliant latest film, Do Not Expect Too Much from the End of the World. All that and more coming up on the Arts Hour.
BBC News with Emily Thomas. The US Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, has said the entire population of Gaza is suffering severe levels of acute food insecurity. He said Israel must prioritise providing for those in need. Mr. Blinken says he'll make a fresh visit to the region this week. The President of the European Council, Charles Michel, has called for EU economies to be put on a war footing against Russia. In a widely published op-ed, he described Moscow's invasion of Ukraine as the greatest security challenge since the Second World War. The governor of a Russian region bordering Ukraine, Belgorod, says he'll evacuate 9,000 children from areas affected by Ukrainian shelling. He said the latest attacks injured 3 people. Separately, Admiral Alexander Moseov has been appointed as Russia's new Navy chief. His predecessor was reportedly sacked. Japan's central bank has ended its policy of negative interest rates introduced 8 years ago. After 2 years of rising prices, consumers and businesses will again have to pay to borrow. A property tycoon in Vietnam has gone on trial accused of amassing hundreds of millions of dollars by selling fake bonds. All of the investors were invited to attend the legal proceedings. India has dismissed the latest statements from China, laying claim to the Himalayan Indian state of Arunachal Pradesh. The Foreign Ministry spokesman in Delhi called Beijing's statements absurd and baseless. Singapore's opposition leader Pritam Singh has been charged with lying under oath to a parliamentary committee. Mr. Singh stands accused of concealing a lie about the police propagated by one of his colleagues. He denies this. A former K-pop star convicted of several sex crimes in a spy cam scandal has been released from prison in South Korea after 5 years. Chung Jung-young walked out of jail wearing a black hat and mask. BBC News.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Star Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Broadcasting live online.
It's your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harrison, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Star Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for home. For here, we they call them London. And I sabi you know, just have fun and stay blessed.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Star Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Star Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Though your heart is aching, smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Star Radio UK and the Morning Show.
Morning Show.
This is Star Radio. This is UK. Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Star Radio. Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
And let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and those of you on other planets as well. I want to welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the Morning Show. Today is the 19th day of March, the year 2024, and the time now is 10:43. You don't see me, don't you worry. You'll be seeing me pretty soon. Yes. Because my producer was trying to show me something there. But let me say a massive good morning and thumbs up to also Akim. Akim, I hope you are doing very well this morning, and I hope that you had a good night's sleep. Yes, and as we see on this platform, Nigeria has not happened to you. Let me say morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, who saw to everything, making sure everything is ticking along nicely before I came on. And then to the one and only, Esther, the reigning champion. Yes, the White Lion, wherever you are, massive good morning to you. Mr. Lai Mikoiki, morning to Bishop Adesina. It was nice having in contact with you yesterday. Nice. And to all your colleagues at the RBS office in Lagos, Nigeria, I salute each and every one of you. Anthony Adedeji, good morning to you. Shamsuddin, hey, morning to you. Tosino, how are you doing? Yes, Tosino is all the way in Russia. And he brings us love from Russia, from the Arctic, right? Yes. Okay, and to my brother Felix all the way in Aberdeen, Kojo D, good morning to you. Mr. Dan Tebri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services and Money Man, massive good morning to you there as well. And just many of you who have tuned in this morning to listen, watch, or whatever you want to do, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones. I want to welcome you all on board. From now to 12 o'clock exactly when I bring the program to a close, there's a lot of things going on. So you see that once I'm on air, when I started, I couldn't show my face because we were trying to sort few things out there as well. But hey, all is working together for good. As the good book says, for those who love the Lord, who have been called according to a purpose. All right then. So I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel update as well. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as global trotting. Then after that, we'll move on from there to have a look at the details of the stories making the rounds. We will be bringing you also, some music during the course of the program as well. But remember, it is Tuesday afternoon. What do we have? We have BB Clement that comes your way at 1:30 exactly. So that is going to come your way as well. But wherever you are and whatever you are doing, don't even think of touching the dial. Continue to keep your dial still logged on Star Radio UK, because I'm here to be bringing you everything that you need to know. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okay. So the quote for the day says what? On the 19th day of March, it says, if you are short-sighted, you will only consider short-term pleasure or pleasures without regard for the long-term negative consequences of your decisions. Boy, this is quite deep. Let me say good morning to Joshua. He likes saying that when somebody says something that is quite intriguing, he says that is very deep. Yes. And let me say a massive happy birthday to Mrs. Joyce Dake. My Joyce. Ajovi. Yes, I hope you are doing very well. And I pray that the Lord himself will enlarge your territory and place your feet in a large place. Yes. Massive good morning to you. If you're any one of you celebrating a special day today, whatever it might be, we salute you. If you are mourning, you are in any situation of that sort as well, our thoughts are with you. Okay. So now let's move on to the weather front. Let me tell you what the weather is. It's a mixed bag of late, So you have some nice weather, the next moment some warm weather, and then you're not sure exactly of what is going to be going on. But when it comes to the UK as a whole, I'm going to be seeing sunny spells and patchy cloud for many this afternoon, with occasional shower, cloud and rain will move in from parts of the northern Ireland and the southwest towards the evening. Now, cloud and rain in the southwest will spread northeastwards overnight, largely dry in the parts of southeastern of England and drier and chillier for northern Scotland with some clear spells. But bringing you some details of the weather. Apologies there. For London and the southeast of England, today we'll see cloudy skies for most aspects with the odd spot of rain in the afternoon. There remains the chance of an isolated shower, but some sunny spells will also break through. It's going to be easing. The winds will be easing as well. Now tonight will continue quite cloudy. It should be mostly dry, but a few spots of rain cannot be ruled out. A few clear spells are still possible to start
winds will be light there as well. Top of the temperature is going to be 15 degrees. The lowest is going to be 10 degrees. UV level low, pollution low. Sunset is going to be at 18:13, and sunrise for tomorrow morning is going to be at 06:04 hours. And that is the end of the weather forecast for you this Tuesday morning at 10:49 from the heart of London. Well, so now let's move on to some other stories making making the rounds when it comes to your travel. So that's the travel updates. So on the travel update this morning, London Underground, is running a good service. London Overground, DLR, and London Tram services are all running a good service on the major roads in London as well. Apart from the central London red routes and not circular A4 that got serious delays, all the others have got there are no exceptional delays there. You can go through it during the normal times as well. And then the Riverbight is running a good service as well. The London cable car, there are planned closures on the London cable car, so if you choose to use that as a means of transport today or a means of traveling around the capital today, please check it out. Okay, now when it comes to the final segment of the travel update, that is the National Rail. On the National Rail, we've got Avanti West Coast, that's got minor delays, Grand Central, minor delays, Northern Rail, special service, Scott Rail, special service, and the final one will be what? Okay, the final one is the Transport for Wales. That's also got special service. However, all the others are running a good service, so you can zoom through it like no man's business. Yes. But the others that have a problem, please check before you leave so you don't miss any of your appointments. So on that note, let me say it once again as I normally would do. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the road.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well-armed shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
You are listening to Star Radio Morning Show.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 10:59. Yes. Now let's go global trotting. So what is happening from across the globe? Well, this morning, you can tell me about what is happening in your area. And of course, I'm going to be telling you everything that you need to know. Okay, so it's one of the stories making a run. It's not a one-party state. Nigeria reacts as APC governor begs Peter Obi to play ball. You know, he said support the current president. Now, so what do we see? How do we see that? Though after elections, do we say we go back and then we just forget about everything and just see to the national interests? Or we just stay in our places or, well, in our camps and we say we'll do everything to make sure that government becomes unpopular so that we can gain the favor of the public? So, if you're Peter Obi or the Labour Party or you are Atiku, yes, what will you do if a clarion call of that sort is made? Now, if the president himself says, Peter Obi and Atiku, come and see me, I think that with everything that the nation is facing, we need to put our heads together, because at the end of the day, if we don't do that, by the time that you think maybe you are going to be winning the elections, things will be so dire. Do you think it's a right call? Well, federal government appealed to SANU and NASU to call off warning strikes, and then troops rescue 10 kidnapped victims in Kaduna. Some of the stories making the rounds there as well. Alleged 300 million fraud. EFCC rearranges ex-PDP national chairman Bello Mohammed to court as well. Those are some of the stories making the rounds. APC will not lose FCT in 2027. Party chieftain threatens Tinubu over Wike's actions. Well, we'll be telling you more about that. Wike, who is supposed to, I mean, those 5 governors who were against Atiku. So, Wike is part of the PDP, but they break away PDP, and now is in cahoot with, so I say that. Is it the right word to say? No. It's in support of the current, the ruling government, and therefore he's saying that, you know what, that's what we can do, we work together, blah, 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 blah. But what do you think about all that? Now, security agents know bandits hide out. They follow me to negotiate with them. Sheikh Gumi is saying. Now, Sheikh Gumi, was it last week, was saying that government should appoint him as a negotiator or a betweener to see to it that he negotiates release of kidnapped victims. But the question is, how come that these people are relating to him? Does he know about them? Does he benefit from them? If he doesn't, and if the military know the hideout of these people, why don't they go to that place and just hound them down? What do you think? Okay, let's move on because we're pressed with time. South Africa, boat captain missing. A search has begun. South African authorities are searching for a missing charter boat captain, and they are concerned about the possible foul play after they discovered his vessel. What happened to him? Sanis Bujakera, Congolese journalist convicted of spreading false information, to be freed. He was expected to be released hours or days after the verdict, having already served more than 6 months while waiting for a trial. A court has ruled. We'll be bringing you more about that. At least 100 villagers are kidnapped in the latest mass abduction in northern Nigeria. I don't get it. If I tell you I get it, then I'm joking. I'm really joking as well. However, they're saying that, well, about 16 soldiers killed. No. Some of the victims of this kidnap, the military have been able to rescue some of them. So let's sing praises when praises are needed. And then Gambia lawmakers postpone debate to overturn FGM ban. Is there any reason? In a global affairs, Gambia could revert its ban on female circumcision. We'll tell you more about that. New suspect charged in the disappearance of, I'll be telling you more about that as well. And the disappearance of a South African girl, lots more going to be coming your way from there. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. When it comes to Ghana as well, this is from transmitting LGBTQ plus bill until Supreme Court decides on it. That's what the presidency is saying. And the CDS pays a courtesy call on Dampare at the police headquarters. It looks like Dampare is enjoying some good time and some respect. Well. The Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Thomas Opong Pepra, today, that was yesterday, March 24, paid a courtesy call, March 18, my apologies, the year 2024, a courtesy call on the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu Dampare, at the National Police Headquarters. Well, so it looks like everything seems to be working nicely for him. So let's see what is going to happen there. Okay, now let's move on to some other stories as well. A son of an MPP stalwart, Professor Dubuahin, has been robbed and killed at East Legon residence. So, insecurity. What's going on there? Cathedral project wasn't well thought through. Sefakai laments. So, what is that project going to be? Now, let's say the MPP loses the election. Okay? Now, not that, let's say, now the president's tenure will be over come the end of this year. By the 6th or 7th of January, there will be a handover, blah, blah, blah. So once he's out of office, what happens to that project? What is it going to be used for? The properties or the buildings that were destroyed and everything. What do you think is going to be happening there? Let me know. What is the way forward? Maybe you'll be the government advisor on these things. Now, when it comes to other stories making the round, only God can change this place. Haitians see no end to spiraling violence. Now, bodies pile up even in the safest areas of Port-au-Prince, the capital city, reeling from gang warfare. I bet you they want to flee that part of the world like no man's business. But what are you looking at? What do we hope to see? Now, U.S. report deaths of senior Hamas military leader. It's one of the stories making the round. And Trump unable to get $464 million bond in New York fraud case. Why can't he get that? He has his supporters. He can't get that. No, that's donate. Supporters of Trump donate for him to have that. A U.S.-Philippines alliance is ironclad. That's what Blinken is also saying. Now, Japan raises rates for first time in 17 years. Evergrande and its founder accused of 78 billion fraud. We'll tell you more about all that. Now, Putin hails Crimea annexation after claiming election win. Well. Putin for you there. Now, moving on to other parts of the world as well. Bill introduced to establish football regulator, and fresh laws battle looms over Rwanda bill changes, and then sex and nudity in films get stricter age ratings. As some of the stories making the rounds. Now, Prince William is to visit homeless project, and potholes leave nation roads at breaking point. Yesterday, I think I fell victim to one of that, and was bad. As I say it, let me put it that way. But well, we'll tell you more about it. Labour MP apologizes for swearing in Commons. Well. Maybe he was so chased off. Now they said the only way to vent it out was to go that way. But what do you think about all that? It's all going to be coming your way this morning. But now, let's take a music break. This is from Edith Morrison, and he says, God is good. Onyamiye. Enjoy it, and I'll be with you.
kese Samishe baby audimi firi Na mishe baby audimi kwa Uye kese Samishe baby audimi firi Na mishe baby audimi kwa Yesu nyawa yedoso Manutumika Nyami beno tizewo
Morrison this morning saying, Onyamiye, that means God is good, God is good, God is good. If God is not good, what can God be? Okay, so wherever you are, once again, I say welcome to the Starr Radio UK Tuesday edition of the morning show. We've got another, 48 minutes to bring the program to a close. So wherever you are, if you want to hop in to share your take or anything with us, yes, feel free to do so. And to those of you who are sympathizers or affiliates of Apostle Henry Bruce, yes, the memorial service, or let me put it this way, the celebration of life of his father, his late father, Mr. Hendrik Vroom Bruce, Vroom Kwabena Bruce, yes, the father of our apostle. We call him Brother HB. The event is going to be taking place this Saturday from 4:30 to 6:30. Yeah, it's not a Ghana time, Ghana people, African people as a whole. We always want to go to events late. I don't know. I remember back in the day, Frank would be saying that, well, we never manufactured any clock, but we have our own time. But wherever you are this morning, I just want you to understand that event is going to be taking place. So make sure, if you want to be part of it, be here on time. And this afternoon as well, BB Clement will be coming your way with BB Means Business. However, yes, women to women business networking branch that will be taking place on the 23rd. That is this Saturday exactly as well. Clockwise, 50 Station Road. That is Wood Green. The postcode is N227DE. The nearest tube station is Wood Green, Piccadilly line. Now, the time is 11 to 2 p.m. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. To register, go to Eventbrite or email bb@bbclement.com or call 0208-316-5386. Well, the speaker, as you know, is BB Clement, trainer, is a speaker, a trainer, and business consultant. And our whole program is sponsored by Jenny Starr, and those of you who wanted the knockdown price, that is £5 less, it's too late for that now. I know that the fee now is £35 per person. So, Women in Business Networking Branch, that taking place this Saturday. Okay, so make sure you make a date with her and the people who, the women. I spoke to one young man. Now I call him my son, and he went for an event, and I was asking him the networking bit of it, and he was saying, yeah, it was good. And I said, you have to stay connected to those people because they are the big hooks. Some way, somehow, your connection determines your collection. Yes? Okay. Though we believe in God and everything, God doesn't come down to come and do stuff for us, but he uses people to do it. So if you want to see more, make sure you use your networking. So it's an event that is taking place, and I will want you to be part of it. Okay, now let's come to the stories, the details of the story that is making the rounds this morning. Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State has called on the flag bearer of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi, to support President Bola Tinubu in the task of tackling the challenges confronting the nation. In a statement made available to news to the press on Monday, Mr. Ibrahim Adra, the chief press secretary to the governor, Sule threw the challenge when Obi paid him a courtesy visit at the government house in Lafia. Sule told the former governor of Anambra State, there is time for politics and time for governance. Now, the governor urged the Labour Party chieftain to tap into his wealth of experience and expertise to support the Tinubu administration in building a secure and prosperous country. In a quote, he said, I want to also call on you, sir, to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The country's challenges cannot be resolved by one person only. We all have roles to play, Governor Sule said. Now, Nigerians took to the comment section on X and shared their opinion on the Governor's Council. But do you think it's a right call? Do you think it's a right call? Meanwhile, right coming through reported that Obi said it is disheartening that once economically confident nation blessed with vast arable land and abundant natural resources now relies on a war-torn Ukraine for food assistance. In a post on his verified X page, Obi asserted that this national disgrace stems from years of leadership failure, necessitating urgent reflection and reordering of our national priorities and resource management and allocation. Listeners, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So how do you see it? Do you see Nigeria as a one-party state? So this party wins the election and they are controlling everything. Okay, in the federal capital. I mean, when we have the various states who also have their own nominees and stuff like that. But in the federal capital, that seems to be what is happening. But what do you think about all that? It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The federal government appeals to SANU and NASU to call off warning strikes. The federal government has appealed to the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational Associated Institutions to call off their 7-day warning strike. Now, Mrs. Niruka Oyejoka, Minister of State, Labor and Employment, made appeal in a statement signed by Mr. Olajide Oshondon, Director of Press and Public Relations in the ministry, on Monday in Abuja. It will be recalled that the Joint Action Committee of SANU and NASU had directed its members to embark on a 7-day warning strike over the non-payment of 4 months withheld salaries. Now, recall that President Bola Tinubu had in October 2023 directed that the university workers that embarked on prolonged strike in 2022 should be paid 4 months. Recall also that Academic Staff Union of the University ASU, who were part of the union that embarked on the strike, had been paid their own withheld 4-month salaries. Now, Onya Joka also expressed displeasure at the action of the unions, which she described as a total disregard of federal government concerted effort to address the concern of unions. According to her, the ministry was not officially notified by the unions of their intention to proceed on a 7-day warning strike. Now, this is contrary to the provisions of Section 18 of the Trade Dispute Act. The ministry got wind of the intended warning strike, and it reached out to the leadership of the union for emergency meeting in order to avert the strike. Unfortunately, a physical meeting could not be arranged between the unions and the federal government, but a tele-discussion took place between their leadership and the ministry, she said. Onyejoka said that consequently, the ministry suggested another date, that's Monday the 18th, that was yesterday, for a proper conciliation meeting. She added that this was believing that on the basis of that discussions, the intended strike will be put on hold pending the outcome of the meeting, but this date was rejected by the unions. The minister, however, maintained that strike did not serve any useful purpose and should only be resorted to as a last option after exhausting every conciliation effort. Onyejika appealed to SANU and NASU to step back from their hardline stance and meet the federal government at the table for conciliation. She, however, appealed to all Nigerians to always take steps that were beneficial to the well-being of the country and the citizens. Now, you think that if people are not desperate, they will resort to embarking on a strike? Do you think so? Well. Now, a court has ordered Binance to furnish EFCC with Nigerian users' data. Now, a federal high court in Abuja has issued an order directing Binance Holdings Limited to furnish the Economic Financial Crimes Commission with comprehensive information regarding all individuals from Nigeria engaging in trade activities on its platform. The court's decision was reached through an ex parte motion filed by the EFCC seeking information about Nigerian traders on Binance. The suit, identified as the FHSC ABJ, and dated February 29, was initiated by the Anti-Graft Agency in accordance with Section 6B, H, and a few of them, 38 of the Economic and Financial Crimes Establishment Act 2004, as well as Section 15 of the Money Laundering Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 as amended. In an affidavit supporting the notion deposed to by the EFCC operative Hama Bello, it was stated that special investigation team of the commission operating within the office of the National Security Advisor received intelligence suggesting that money laundering and terrorism financing activities were being conducted through Binance. Now, how through? Or how true is that? Because I know that all that they were trying to do was trying to see whether Binance was actually fighting, the fall, or Binance was contributing to the fall of the Naira as well. Let me say good morning to King Kong Media and all you there. Thank you very much, for sharing there as well. Thank you. Okay, I think I need to get in touch with you after the program. But this is Starr Radio UK, 11:23 the time, and it is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Sonny Olu adds voice to call for restructuring, highlights inconsistencies in Nigeria's federalism. Now, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has joined the debate on Nigeria's federal system of government, calling for the establishment of true federating states. Now, Sanwo-Olu spoke on Monday during the National Constitutional Dialogue in honor of the late Ben Nwabueze, pioneer Secretary General of Ohanze Indigbo. The dialogue took place at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, Victoria Island in Lagos. How, in a quote he said, how well do we see the anomalies that we have in our country? He questioned. Why would we have a federal agency come to control the water in front of Ozumba Mbadiwe? He continued, referencing a location within Lagos. Now, why would we have federal agencies 1,000 kilometers away to come and see the needs of my people right on Ozumba Mbadiwe? Now, these are some of the things that we need to tell all and say, indeed, we need to have true federating states. So if you're listening to me from Nigeria, or with Nigeria, everything that happens there, the question is, how do you see the federal system in Nigeria? Is federal real federal, or what? Federalism. So what do you think about all that? I'll be telling you more about that. Now, in another story that is making the rounds, one more last but one before we move on to Ghana as well. The PDP chieftain comments comes as Nigeria grapples with significant economic challenges that affect citizens across all socio-economic strata. That is a leading figure of the People's Democratic Party in Imo State, Stanley Ikeze, blaming the electorate decision in the last general election squarely for Nigeria's ongoing economic hardship. Well, he's saying that if you had voted for us, maybe we would have tackled things differently and you wouldn't have found yourself in this debacle that you seem to find yourself in. But what do you think about all that? Let's tell us more about that. Alert 300 million naira fraud. EFCC rearranges ex-PDP National Chairman Bello Mohammed. And he says the former National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Bello Mohammed, has been rearranged before Justice Peter Lifo of the Federal High Court, Abuja, in an alleged 300 million naira fraud. He was put on a fresh trial alongside his company, BAM Projects and Properties Limited, for alleged criminal breach of trust and money laundering by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC. Mohammed was rearranged on a 4-count charge bordering on his alleged role in the diversion of funds meant for procurement of arms through the office of ex-National Security Advisor Sambo Dazuki. At the day proceedings, the defendants pleaded not guilty to all the counts, leading to the counsel to the EFCC to apply for a trial date. The defendants' counsel, Kanu Agabi, however, prayed the court to allow Mohammed to continue on the existing bail granted by Justice Ahmed Mohammed. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I am Archie. Now, the leadership of the ruling APC has expressed concerns over Nyesom Wike's actions in the Federal Capital Territory. They maintained that the recent appointment of the FCT minister might lead to APC's grave loss in 2027. The leadership of the All Progressive Congress in the Federal Capital Territory on Monday protested the recent appointments by the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, as reported by some of the the media houses. Now, APC leaders said Nyesom Wike was obsessed with engaging his People's Democratic Party loyalists at the expense of their members in the territory. The FCT party chieftain at the media parley held at the Secretariat of the National Nigerian Union of Journalists in Abuja called on President Bola Tinubu to caution the former governor of Rivers State before he destroys his political structures in the nation's capital. Now it goes on further to say, it said, Amadi as chief of staff, that is Wike has appointed Honorable Chidi Amadi as the chief of staff. The minister stated that This appointment was to improve the overall performance and productivity of the Federal Capital Administration. Also, President Bola Tinubu appointed Felix Amechi Obua as a coordinator of the Abuja Metropolitan Management Council, among others. These appointments have continued to irk APC members, especially indigents of the Federal Capital. It's quite an interesting one, isn't it? But listeners, this is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The final story from Nigeria, and then we'll move on. Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, a Kaduna-based Islamic cleric, has declared that the security agents know the hideout of bandits terrorizing Nigerians, particularly in the northern parts of the country. How true is that? Gumi revealed this during an interview on Nigeria Info FM on Monday evening, saying that the security agents followed him to negotiate with the bandits. So the cleric said the federal government should negotiate with the kidnappers who abducted about 287 school children from Kuriga Government Secondary and Leah Primary School in the Chikon local government area of Kaduna State, because it is the only reasonable way to ensure the safe return of the people. But the question once again is, if they go negotiate with them, is it not, giving them the impetus and the vim for them to go on to conduct such crimes? He argued that negotiation does not necessarily mean money will be paid to the kidnappers, adding that it might be releasing prisoners for captives. So, prisoner exchange program? Well, speaking further, he said bandits are just marginalized Nigerians who don't have access to education, good roads, water, and other social amenities. So if this military or intelligence, the security agencies know the whereabouts of these people, why are they not going after them? Well, listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. He seemed to know so much about them. Well, maybe the carrot and the stick method would do. So is the federal government going to go on that path? Why don't they have a meeting with all the the terrorist groups and the various groupings there that seem to be instilling fear in Nigerians, and maybe somehow negotiate there's a break from there. Okay, it is all Starr Radio UK. Now, information is coming through saying that criminals are making billions a year from sex trade, slavery as well. That's what the UN is saying. Illegal profits from forced labor worldwide have risen to the obscene amount of $236 billion per year, the UN Labor Agency reported on Tuesday, with sexual exploitation to blame for 3/4 of the take from a business that deprives migrants of money they can send home, swipes jobs from legal workers, and allows the criminal behind it to dodge taxes. The International Labour Organization said tally for 2021, the most recent year covered in the painstaking international study, marked an increase of 37%, or $64 billion, compared with its last estimate published a decade ago. That's a result of both more people being exploited and more cash generated from each victim, the ILO said. $236 billion, this is the obscene level of annual profits generated from forced labor in the world today. The first line of the reporter's introduction said that figures represent earnings effectively stolen from pockets of workers by those who coerce them to work, as well as money taken from the remittances of migrants and lost tax revenue for governments. And forced labor can encourage corruption, strengthen criminal networks, incentivize further exploitation, the ILO said. Its Director General Gilbert Hungbo wants international cooperation to fight the racket. It's quite scaring and heartbreaking. Was it yesterday night? I was watching a program with the missus, and then we were looking at, I think it was a documentary or a movie, and we're looking at sex work or sex trade. And then she was saying, how come somebody gives birth to their own child? And then these ones, they were kidnapped. Yes, it was FBI, I think, New York or LA, one of them, one of those series that we watch. And then these young girls were kidnapped. And so she was looking at it and was saying, how come? So we look at it and we think, well, things like that doesn't actually happen, but they do happen. They do happen. It seems like it is causing so much trouble, but with what government is saying pertaining to how much that industry is actually bringing about or creating, oh boy, I don't know what can be done. But if you have a take, why not share that with us and let us hear your take on that. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now, Congolese journalist Tanis Bujakera was set to be freed soon after a court found him guilty and sentenced him on Monday to 6 months in prison for spreading false information, among other charges, according to media freedom group Reporters Without Borders. He was expected to be released hours or days after the verdict, having already served more than 6 months while awaiting trial. A court in Kinshasa also fined him 1 million Congolese francs, that is $360. Now, Bujakera worked for Actualite CD, a Congolese online news site, and Jeune Afrique, a Paris-based magazine, among others. Now, Bujakera, who has denied all charges, had faced up to 20 years in prison. He was accused of fabricating a memo that implicated a Congolese intelligence official in the murder of an opposition spokesperson. Now, he should never have been arrested. That's what prosecutors are saying, in prison and convicted based on a case that was fabricated against him. Reporters Without Borders said in a statement. Actualite CD said in a statement that it stood behind Bujakera's reporting and called on his lawyers to appeal the guilty verdict. Bujakera's imprisonment drew widespread condemnation from international rights organizations. Listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. This is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Now, what do you think about female genital circumcision? In a global first, Gambia could reverse its ban on female genital cutting. Now, if you're a lady and you've experienced the sort, or you've seen somebody go through that, what do you think? Now, lawmakers in Gambia will vote on Monday. They voted yesterday on legislation that seeks to repeal a 2015 ban on female genital cutting, which will make the West African nation the first country anywhere to make that reversal. The procedure, which also has been called female genital mutilation, includes the partial or full removal of the external genitalia, often by traditional community practitioners with tools such as razor blades, or at times by health workers, often performed on young girls. It is incorrectly believed to control a woman's sexuality and can cause serious bleeding and death. It remains a widespread practice in parts of Africa. Jahadukera, the founder of Safe Hands for Girls, a local group that aims to end the practice, told the Associated Press she worried that other laws safeguarding women's rights could be repealed next. Dukera underwent the procedure and watched her sister bleed to death. Need I say more there? But the question once again is, who are these ones? What are the youth saying about it? What is the ratio between the youth, the young ladies, and the old? Because listen, culture, if you say it's our culture and it's something that we do and that actually quells or brings down or stamp on sexuality or I don't know what term to use. Then, what about the men who are involved in that? It is a case of demand and supply. So the demand is there, and therefore, or somebody who find themselves in some dire situations, and they think that the only way forward is to put themselves on a silver platter and then get whatever thing that they want to get from that. Much as it is bad and worse, there is a saying that says that goes this way, that desperate situation calls for desperate measures. Have you actually looked at what the push factors that is causing these ladies to behave that way, and therefore just saying, oh, by circumcising or doing that to them? I don't know. I don't get it. My wife tells me something at times when I say this. She says, well, you've never been a woman before. I say, yes, I've never been. So at times I can only sympathize. But with this, what do you think about all that? Gambia lawmakers postponed debate. They've postponed the debate, okay, to overturn the FGM. I think because of demonstrations that went on, information that is coming through to appeal the ban on female cutting in Gambia was sent for further committee discussions by lawyers and lawmakers on Monday. Gambia activists fear the passage of the bill will overturn years of work to better protect girls and women. The legislation was referred to a national committee for further debate and could return to vote in the weeks and months ahead. Interestingly, talking to a few people, I mean, due to courses and few meetings that we've been involved in, you find out that when these girls, or these, yes, they are girls, and then they grow up to become women, mature women, they go into married relationship and stuff like that. When they get into that particular place, intercourse becomes difficult for them. Some of them, I mean, eventually it hurts. So if that is happening and the woman will not allow you to do that, or then that pushes the man now to also go out, and somebody will say that they are being unfaithful. But you see, we need to look at the whole thing holistically. But well, I'll leave that to the experts and those who know more about it to discuss. But it's now 11:41. Remember, as I said, this afternoon exactly at 1:30, BB Clement will be coming your way with BB Means Business. Once again, let me say thank you very much, King Kong Media, for sharing the broadcast there as well. Now let's move on straight to some of the other stories making the rounds. In Ghana, the Office of the President has written to Parliament to halt any move to transmit the LGBTQ plus bill for assenting until the Supreme Court rules on the matter. In a letter to Parliament and signed by the Secretary of the President, Nana Asante Bediachu, explained that the Human Sexual Rights and Family Value Bill has 2 court suits against it. Therefore, it will be improper for Parliament to transmit the bill to the presidency. In a circumstance, you are kindly requested to cease and desist from transmitting the bill to the president until the matter before the Supreme Court is resolved, Mr. Bediachu stated. Well, signed and everything. Now, we talk about the rule of law and we talk about the respect of law. So when we look at all these things, and on one hand, we are quick to just jump to, yeah, we know what, we have to respect the laws, we have to, and then on the other hand, the court rules and say something, and we say, no, we just continue to go on our own path the way that we want it. And we say, oh, we love this rule of law, democracy. Isn't it crazy? But what do you think about all that? Let me hear from you. Now, the Ghana Registered Nursing and Midwife Association has called for immediate suspension of 445% increase in verification fee by the NMC. What do you think is going to happen there? Lots more going to be coming your way. But as I did say, we are tilting towards that is 11:43, and the program, as I did say, was going to be brought to a close exactly at 12 o'clock. But remember, this afternoon we're going to be having BB Clement on BB Means Business. So don't you go away. Now, there is this project that the current president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, decided to put in place when he took office, and that is known as the National Cathedral Project. However, the whole project seemed to have stalled due to some anomalies. Okay, but one of the presenters, or one of Ghana's journalists by name Kwame Sefekai, has weighed in on issues surrounding the National Cathedral of Ghana project, stating that its current state is a collective shame and embarrassment to the nation. He's also clear that the idea was not well thought through relative to funding, and that issues relating to alleged secrecy and other controversies that have dogged it were unnecessary. Now, he, however, went on to say that, emphasized in his interview that he supports, in principle, the idea of state building and owning such an edifice because elsewhere they exist and are a source of national pride. The cathedral obviously wasn't well thought through. To men, the idea of a state cathedral was a wonderful idea, but the way and manner, my apologies, it says to me, but a typo there. Say to me, the idea of a state cathedral was a wonderful idea, but the way and manner in which it was pursued is what have ripped it. If the state had such a property, it would have been great. But the division, the politics, the Ferrari, the fact that we don't see the head and tail of the project, whether it was private or public funds, it has become very messy, he lamented. Even members of the ruling party are unclear about the project because of the divisive narrative around it. That is why the whole is there. It is a shame for us all. The fights, the secrecy, and the many issues make it embarrassing, he added. The government started the project in fulfillment part of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's promise to God. It has since stalled over lack of funding. Samuel Kujata Blakwa, MP for the North Tongo, has been one of the most vocal lawmakers demanding accountability over the use of the public resources for the cathedral. He has pointed out through social media publications issues regarding corporate governance breaches, financial impropriety, as well as identity fraud on the part of the secretary of the project's board of trustees. But what do you think can happen there? Do we leave it like that? After the president exits office, come January 7, 2025, would that hole just be there? Do you remember the various buildings, judges' residences that were around those areas that were actually demolished? So what do you think is the way forward there? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Let's take a quick break. We come back and I bring you all the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK. As I did say, that this afternoon exactly at 1:30, BB Clement will be coming your way with BB Means Business. However, this Saturday is happening live BB Clement presents Women in Business Networking Branch. Well, the early bird fee has expired, so that was 1st of March. Today is the 19th. But the event takes place on the 23rd of March, 2024, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That is a loaded period. 3 hours. And I can tell you, by the time you leave that place, I can attest to that. You know that you got some connections, some contacts that will work for you for the rest of your life. Let me put it that way. The event is taking place at the Clockwise 50 Station Road, Wood Green, N227DE is the postcode. The nearest tube station in Wood Green is Piccadilly Line. Make sure you join those lines or use those lines if you don't want to drive down there, which I will advise you not to. Of course, if you know your way around the place, then fine. Now, to register, go to Eventbrite or email bb@bbclement.com or call 0208-316-5386 as well. The fee is £35 per person. The program is sponsored by Jenny Starr. Okay. The host, BB Clement, she's a speaker, a public speaker, a trainer, and a business consultant as well. Okay, to make a date with her. She's a lawyer, of course. Okay, 10 minutes to the top of the hour. In 10 minutes, I'm going to bring the program to a close. So wherever you are, feel free, as they say, you can post your comments on our page, and we will share that with you. Now, Hong Kong has passed a tough security law which authorities say is necessary for stability, but which critics fear will further erode civil liberties. Article 23 targets new offenses like external interference and insurrections, and penalties include life sentence. It was fast-tracked through its final stage by the city's pro-Beijing parliament in less than 2 weeks. Article 23 expands on controversial national security laws earlier imposed by China. That law already criminalizes secession, subversion, terrorism, and collusion with foreign forces in Hong Kong. But Hong Kong's leader, John Lee, said Article 23 is also necessary to guard against potential sabotage and undercurrents that try to create troubles, particularly ideas of an independent Hong Kong. He hailed its passing as a historic movement Hong Kong people have been waiting for over 26 years. Now, China's Vice Premier Deng Zhongxiang earlier said swift enactment of the new legislation will protect core national interests and allow Hong Kong to focus on economic development. Now, with what happened in Hong Kong in the last couple of years and the devastation, businesses that went down, and destruction and everything that took place. Now, you see, I come to the place once again where we talk about democracy and the way of governance, blah, blah, blah. And I ask myself the question, do we have to impose our way of life on others? Or if the people can come up with a way of life that they think that, look, it is good for us, it works for us. And I can say that, call it, near to 100% of the people in that community are enjoying it, and they can see improvement in their life. Why do we want to go there and okay? Now, so do you think it's the right thing? Again, I will ask the question: why is Hong Kong not being allowed, or people from Hong Kong not being allowed to go to have a referendum to know whether they want out? They want to be independent country, or as I said, it's part of China. It's going to be part of China, and wherever is always going to be part of China. What do you think about all that? Listen, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Port-au-Prince is a panic mode. Is in a panic mode. A friend in the Haitian capital has texted. Now, residents of Passionville, a wealthier area of the city, are shaken after their most violent day so far in the country's spiraling security crisis. Now, more than a dozen bullet-ridden bodies lay in the streets. The victims of the latest gang rampage. As well as the early morning killing spree, the home of a judge was also attacked, a clear message to the country's elite vying for power. All this in what is supposedly the safe part of town. UNICEF Executive Director Catherine Russell has called the situation in Haiti horrific and likened the lawlessness to the most apocalyptic film, Mad Max. Now, certainly the latest violence in Port-au-Prince is a reminder, if anywhere needed, the Haitian remains closer to anarchy than stability. In that malaise, the UN has also estimated, because of the closure of so many hospitals in the capital, some 3,000 pregnant women were at risk of having to give birth with no maternity care. Most children born there in some of the hospitals will grow up to find that such essentials are far from guaranteed in Haiti. Lying in adjacent bed, Mackinson Joseph was recovering from giving birth 2 days ago to a baby boy through an interpreter. She said that she will get her baby out of the country altogether if she got the chance. That is proper. And just watching the pictures from there, it makes my tummy churn. What can be done about that? Do we bring everybody around the table and talk and find a way forward for them? What do you think? Listeners, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. A final story before I come to the UK. Donald Trump cannot find a private company to guarantee the $464 million he has been ordered to pay in a New York civil fraud case. The former president must either pay the full amount in cash or secure a bond in order to continue his appeal. If he is unable to do so by March 25, he faces the prospect of some of his real estate assets being seized by the state attorney general. Mr. Trump said that securing a bond of that size was practically impossible. For a fee, a bonding company will guarantee the full amount to the New York court. They will then have to pay it if Mr. Trump loses his appeal and cannot do so himself. In his statement, Mr. Trump said the bond he was asked to pay will be impossible for any company, including one of such successful as mine. The bonding companies have never heard of such a bond of the size before, they said. Mr. Trump's team spent countless hours negotiating one of the largest insurance companies in the world, his lawyers wrote in a court filing. But they concluded that very few bonding companies will consider a bond of anything approaching that magnitude. Listeners, Starr Radio UK. So what is the way forward for Donald? Okay, let's come to the UK before we end the program. And this time round, pertaining to the roads. Have you driven into a pothole here in the UK? Yesterday, I experienced one on our way home. And there was a pothole on the Mitcham Road. And then, boom! It was bad. I thought it was a small hole. But the way the car shook, and it's not a mere car, that's a proper one. And I was like, oh my goodness. Now, roads in England and Wales are at breaking point due to potholes, with repairs at an 8-year high, according to a new report. Asphalt Industry Alliance, the AIA, said councils were expected to fix 2 million potholes in the current financial year. That is up 43% on the previous year, and the highest annual total since 2015-2016. Now, ministers highlighted their pledges to provide 8.3 billion of extra funding over 11 years for road improvement in England. The AIA's annual report found that 47% of local road miles were rated as being in a good condition, with 36% adequate and 17% poor. The survey also found that the average highway maintenance budget increased by 2.3% in 2023 between 2023-2024 financial year compared with the previous 12 months. But the impact of rising costs due to inflation meant local authorities effectively experienced a real-term cut. And there is a sign post one of the cities in Daventry to Long Duckby Road that claims that the town should be twinned with the Grand Canyon. Well, you know, the undulating nature of the Grand Canyon and all that. He said, well, that is how bad the potholes are, and the town should be twinned with the Grand Canyon. But what do you think about that? Well. What is the way forward? But listeners, this is where I have to bring the program to a close for today. As I did say earlier on, well, BB Clement is going to be coming your way this afternoon. But remember, this event is taking place. Women in Business Networking Branch. And it's taking place on this Saturday, the 23rd of March, 2024, at Clockwise, 50 Station Road, Wood Green, N227DE. The nearest tube station is Wood Green Piccadilly Line, and the event is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. To register, go to Eventbrite or email bb@bbclement.com or call 0208-316-5386. The speaker or the organizer is BB Clement, speaker, trainer, and business consultant. Well, if you want to know the price, it's £35 per person, and the whole program is sponsored by Jenny Starr. All right then, listeners, this is where I bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way, but until I come your way tomorrow with another edition of the morning show, yes, as I told you, I've been under the weather, but I've been feeling much better with your support there. But this is from the Zongo Man, and it says, use the ballot box. People use the ballot box. We say in Russia, no, that ballot box that you people use, the people were being forced to vote a particular way. But where in the world can we have a free and a fair election? But well, you can give them a bloody nose by the vote that you cast in. What do you think about all that? When that song ends and you don't hear from me, it's been me, Archie. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks for listening.
Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. One man, one vote. It is your right. If you have a vote, you've got power. So every man have a vote. Every woman have a vote. Use the ballot box. Use your vote. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Go to the polling station and give them a bloody nose. Take no lies, take no bribe, take no promises, take the police station and give them a